welcome back once again to the lovely great country of Israel. Sorry it's been so long since I've continued the series, but it's because of the fact that there have been so many things that have been popping up and so many early access things that I've been getting into, like 911 Operator, and then of course redoing the Trump campaign in the United States. We're going to do things differently this time than we did in the last one with the United States, but enough about that part of the modern day mod. Now it's time for Israel. This is going to be a shorter episode because in about 25-ish minutes from now, I have to go to class. I have to get ready to go to class. So I need to look, number one, we've got Turkmenistan and Uzbekistan that aren't in the CSTO, but will most likely join the CSTO because they are not having a faction. Russia is, you know, reactionary, and both of these countries are also reactionary, so we gotta watch out because the world tension relatively high, but I think if we can probably take Turkmenistan and get away with it, and not really have to worry about anything. So we're gonna justify that, and we're gonna kind of just speed along time, and we're gonna get our troops together quite quickly around Turkmenistan. Now we have one troop here that's going somewhere over yonder, and I want them to go over here. So that makes 23 of 24 troops. We have 10 subs at the moment. That's all we have, it looks like, for subs. I don't think we have any other things of naval capacity. So I'm guessing the last time I played this that I was kind of doing things probably really stupid. So I have to check and see basically what I've been doing. We could get drones. That would be really easy for us to build, and it would be pretty simple. And we could actually do pretty well with it. Now, we're building convoys, we're building subs. We should really start building a little bit of destroyers, to be honest with you. Now, I want to get the rest of my things ready. I know I don't have the steel for it. So I think, what, we got 4. So we're going to send those up, and then we're going to get the full factory up top, and then we're going to trade. I don't want to trade with China, but it's actually alright if we do trade with China for now. We have the convoys in order to do so. Now, in my USA States series, that is not a thing. We do not have the convoys. Also, by the way, if you did not hear it from any other episodes, let's check and see how this guy is a really great commander, so I don't want to bump him up. I'd rather bump up somebody who's kind of, no, ooh, I almost did something really bad. But I want to bump up a field commander. Now, weirdly enough, field commanders, at least in this one, or field marshals I should say, I'm calling them field commanders, I don't know why, they can hold 60. They can't hold the, you know, glorious amount that you think they can. They can only hold 60. Now we have 2.15 almost million manpower free, so that's why we're training up a fuck ton of, we're training up militia, which I don't think we actually need to do. We need to cut this down to like maybe 1, like just 1. Because we can probably build some infantry brigades and get away with it. It kind of depends on what we're building at the moment, though. We're building mechanized, we're building light mechanized, we're building motorized units. I'm guessing that we have the availability to build infantry brigades. Now, we can build infantry divisions, which are huge. Huge. So, we can build, what, 1? Oh, we can actually build 2. So, let's actually do that. Let's build them in Jericho. Get those guys started up and trained. Hopefully, they will do mighty fine for us. Now, I'm guessing this army is mostly compiled of just militia units, which, I mean, isn't a bad thing for early start to get a lot of troops out, but that's not good in the long run. We need to amplify all these troops to be a lot better. I mean, we have infantry divisions, it looks like, but we need more of them. We need more infantry divisions. We need to get some tanks on the field if we can actually do that. Armored divisions would be marvelous. But I'd rather just have armored brigades, straight tanks, and we'll go ahead and switch this up a little bit and put in some light tanks up top. And I think we are already building light tanks, so I think that's not actually going to be an issue. So let's see if we could trade up those armored brigades. Do we actually have the things? We'll go ahead and set these guys to train out of Cairo. I think that's going to be a decent place for them. And I need to check, am I building light tanks? I'm building main battle tanks. I'm not building light tanks, it looks like. So we have to cut down a little bit on some factory usage and figure out light tanks. We need to build those as quickly as possible. get those basically out and running. So we build about 2 a week, so we should be getting those guys up relatively quickly. And because we have a little bit more, we'll bump another one into it. So that way we're building tanks very quickly. So these 2 troops actually aren't coming over to the border. I don't know why. They're just kind of sitting back. I think that's because of a protective measure, just in case these lines fall. We're alright at the end of the day. But thank you so much for waiting on this series. I apologize. I really do apologize for not making it a lot sooner. I should be really jumping on the ones that you guys really enjoy, and this one is one of them that you guys really, really love. A lot of you guys have been asking for it, and of course, finally, here it is now. These 2 we can't go after, but we can go after Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, and we can kind of get a little bit of land from some of these small ones. It kind of just depends on us, really, at the end of the day. I would love to go after India, but that means probably if we don't go after them while the world tension is low, that probably means war against NATO relatively quickly. We're not in NATO. Correct. We're not in NATO. We can actually join NATO, I'm guessing. Oh no, Donald Trump is president. Nice. I forgot about that. So we could ask to join them, but we can't because the world tension's not at least at 50%. So Donald Trump is president. It's 2018. In 2020 we'll see the next election. I wonder if all the newer updates come in with this. Hopefully it doesn't crash later on. If it does, then I'll fix it. You know, I'll replay it. We'll get back into it. I don't think it will though. Good, good. We're building everything. How is destroyers? How are we doing? 7 a year. That's not actually terrible, but we need to do better about that. What's going on with construction? What are we doing? We're building up nuclear bombs, which is actually really great for us. We need to build up... What are we building? Okay, civilian factories, good. We need to build up a few civilian factories. And then we're gonna need probably a fair bit of tungsten and rubber around the area. So if we could do that, just grab a little bit of tungsten and then probably a fair bit of rubber. That would be grand. Because we're gonna need it. Might as well. So we'll do that. And then I don't think, are we gonna need aluminum? Well, I'll check the resources here in a minute. I actually figured out that these are really, really handy building up these independent factories, because they give you a little bit extra, and it's, you know, not that much cost to you. So I don't know, I actually like it a fair decent bit. So we need to stock up a little bit more on yonder. We're under free trade, which isn't god awful, but for us, at least as far as trading things, it's gonna help us out a lot. So I don't really want to continue boosting up, but we need to build almost a tank a day. That would be great for us. If we could build about a tank a day, that'd be great. So I'm gonna bump up one there for later, and then one over yonder for later, so that way we can start building up some good tanks pretty quickly. Because I do want these armored brigades to get out there fairly quickly, I'm trying to say. And I mean, we need armored divisions. I don't think we have. Do we have a single armored division in here? Yeah, we do. We have one. That's it. That's the only thing we got. We got one armored division. That's it. So we need to get our army to the technology that we actually have. That's what we need to do. How many nukes do we have? We have 5 nukes, of course, but we build a nuke roughly every 60 days. 1.3% every day. Let's keep going. Quickie. We gotta go fast because I don't have that much time. Time is of the essence. It's already 11:30, about 11:50 my time. I'm gonna head out of here because I gotta go to class. I gotta skedaddle. So that's why I want as much war as possible. I want this to be as jam-packed as humanly possible. Let's continue to look at air power. Ooh, good. We need to actually upgrade our drones if we're actually going to be using them. Gen 4 attack would be marvelous for us. Let's look. We got census reforms. Encourage population growth. That'd actually be great. But that would give us insane birth rate. Yeah. Market liberal. Blah. Education reform. We could do that. It would get us down, but we kind of need to continue working on our industry. We got to get ourselves up. You know, I mean, we got a fair decent amount of industry, but we need to, if we can get any free industry you can get by your national focuses, the better. I mean, the better. So China's still doing its shit. North Korea's still doing its shit. Is this one the one where South Korea's in? No, it's not. Okay, and Germany's still in NATO. I think there was one of the, I forgot which playthrough I was doing, but Germany left NATO and South Korea had joined it. I can't remember which one that is. Oh god, little lag central there. Doesn't figure out my scrollings. So we're going to be able to take Turkmenistan. We're going to be able to take Turkmenistan pretty quickly. Man, try to say that fast. That's really difficult to say fast. Of course, we could dissolve our faction at any point, but we don't have one. But I love it how every nation actually has the opportunity to do that. We're lightly regulated. Moderate taxes. Let's bump it down to low taxes, just because our research time goes up slow and our consumer goods factor goes up by 5%. So, I mean, that's not terrible, but something we kind of need. Left-wing reformer. Blah. Fascist communist field of capitalism. Blah. We don't need any of this. Captain of industry, though, we kind of need. And then we could get a compassionate gentleman. Ooh, there we go. That's great. We can do that. Trade deals. We trade a lot, so we actually could use that to a decent bit of our advantage. Alright, so it looks like we got a new militia regiment out and going, which is great. I mean, it's good, but again, like, we need to boost ourselves up in our military. We need to make sure. There we go. Look at that. Infantry divisions already being brought out to the field, fully trained up, fully ready to go. Now you guys are like, why don't you deploy your troops early? Like, I could deploy this armored division right now if I wanted to. Because if I deploy them, you know, as you can see, this guy that I have selected, wherever he is, he starts off as trained. Instead of, if I were to deploy that guy, this armored division, if I were to deploy him right now, he would start off as a beginner. He would start off with negative traits as far as attacking another unit. I would rather wait it out until they're trained, so that way they're kind of in an equal ground where there is no negative hit towards attacking a different brigade or division. I would love it if that were the case. There's a little bit of Greece over here that's uninhabited, which is kind of terrifying. I forgot which country that actually is. I'm actually checking around to make sure that every country is at least here, because there are a few tiny bits, like right there in Greece, where there's no one. But hopefully that doesn't crash the game later on. Alright, so we got our justification. We're going to go back down to 3 speed, and we're going to destroy Turkmenistan. We're going to bring them into the fold. And we're going to go pretty quickly about it. I was going to say, this shouldn't be difficult, too. Like, our army is huge compared to theirs. Like, a few of them are actually going to be able to dock us off, but in the meantime, we can just kind of drive around them. And I'm guessing that's what the general's going to do. I don't even really need to pay attention to that force. Even though we might lose a little bit more than I want, it's not the worst thing in the world. 3D manufacturing, 30 days, that's good. 42 days, that's good. We can get good on our shit. Let's go ahead and drive through yonder. Beat him back now too. Let's go ahead and drive this guy up there. I mean, we basically, we don't need to go around. We just gotta go forward. If we press forward, we're good. We are A+. We're winning that fight now. Where is our airplanes? I knew we were building a few. Yeah, 372. They actually have some planes over here, over yonder. So we're gonna make sure we have air superiority, at least our area. And then we're gonna throw our fighters over in Turkmenistan, just so there's a battle going on. I didn't actually know they had an air force. Good for them. Proud of them. I mean, granted, I didn't actually have to do that. I could have just left them to rot, but there we go. Yeah, see, that was quick. Take all states. Back. Done. And we grew once more. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now, we need to start justifying against Uzbekistan. Now, I think it's 50% for them to start inviting people to the faction. I think. Not exactly sure, but I think. Now, why are we low on some things? I don't know why, but we will trade away. It's not always the smartest idea to just trade away, but Oh well. Now Uzbekistan is another one that's not actually into the fold, but once we take Uzbekistan, we're going to be bordering the CSTO, which is going to be... Russia's probably going to see that as a little bit of a what the fuck Israel, but we're going to... I mean, we're already bordering NATO on Turkey, and Turkey isn't even lined up against us right now, so I don't see it as a problem, to be honest. Now, we're always going to be training some militia regiments just because of the fact that we can use them pretty well. Now we need to draw our offensive line. I don't really use, like, spearheads that well. I mean, granted, we could use, like, these 4 units and get a spearhead to, like, bap. Actually, these 4 I want, like, good units. If they're gonna spearhead, I want good units to do it. Like these guys. These guys alone that I have selected can spearhead over yonder. That's only going to be 4 divisions worth, but it's going to be easier at the end of the day to do that. So let's see. Civilian build up 2. That's really going to help us out with civilian factories. But look at us, man. We're growing. Man, oh man. We're growing. Now I got about 10 minutes left. I'm going to take about a couple more countries. I'm also going to think about going after Libya, actually going into Africa, really making ourselves a beautiful, gigantic empire, because we need to do that. Now, I'm guessing we made the new drone, didn't we? Yep. So let's go ahead and make the newer drone. And then we're making new planes. Surprisingly enough, I'm not even building up my Air Force, which I'm kind of really ticked off about, because I don't know why I'm not. Okay, well, once we get more factories, we'll start building up our Air Force, but I've learned a lot since coming back to this game, as you can tell. Now, what's surprising is we actually have mostly our good troops, except for, like, this guy. But our good troops are mostly lined up against the border and are kind of not so good. Wow, all that research kind of just flew by. Did not even see it. We'll research the rest. Now, I'm guessing, can I go into here? No. Damn it. It's okay, though. I'm working on a lot of industry right now instead of working a lot into, like, military, just because of the fact that, yeah, we're building ourselves a magnificent military, but multi-role, what are we doing? Get that multi-role going. Gosh. Me? What are you doing? Played a lot of Hearts of Iron 4 since I came back to this series. Now, we have our first armored division that has not been here since the beginning coming out as well. Now, I'm going to start making a secondary army come soon to line up probably against India, and I probably will use the good general to do that. Because if we look, Bob Brown doing pretty well. But Lucas Brown, I think these guys are brothers. Look at that. We got brothers as generals. It's really good. He has a few decent traits, which is really good for us, like armored speed and things like that, and mountaineers. That's really good when going after India, and then probably a little bit into China. You can see that there's a lot of mountain lands right around here that we could use with our mountaineers to really get that shit up. So we're gonna start that. What else could we do? Infantry equipment designer is gonna be really good for us, and then we're gonna need someone, military theorist. We're gonna need some high in command dudes. Army regrouping. That's actually pretty decent. Let's do that. Marcus Wilson. Thanks, bud. So how close are we to just fight another war? Really close. I think after we take Uzbekistan, we'll be done for at least right now, because I have to go to class. Be looking out for other series. Of course, I've already talked about me having a Twitch now. If you guys want to see me stream for the days that I might not be able to. Also follow me on Twitter, because if I am going to be streaming, I will be saying, most likely in Twitter, I will be putting down, hey guys, I am streaming at the moment, if you guys want to come watch. Or I'll make a tiny YouTube video, maybe like 30 seconds long, just saying, hey, I'm streaming. The link is down in the description. I'll do something like that, or I don't know. I'll figure it out. Because now I use NVIDIA GeForce Experience. I wonder if I can actually, I can stream with that, but I need to figure out how to do it before I'm like, let's figure out how to stream while telling the viewers that I'm going to stream. Oh well. We need to do that, even though I don't really think we really need excavation, but it's gonna be pretty fun. I love the Israel series. You guys love the Israel series, just because there's not a lot of people actually doing it. Like, a lot of people are like, I'm surprised you haven't gotten banned on YouTube for this, and I'm like, well, guys, yeah, like it's Jews, but come on, like, really? Are we that, like, that superficial of things that we have to worry about, like, angering certain people? There we go. Look at that. A couple of new troops. We're going to put these guys under Lucas Brown. We're going to start up a new force. And slowly but surely we'll start ditching militia units and put in the real units. Yeah, we got destroyers over here too, which is really good. I need to get a naval commander as well. That would be great. I don't think you can train these guys. I think what they do is they actually just get their experience by, you know, fighting. But we're basically going to be building up our massive navy for the eventual attack against NATO, because guaranteed that's probably what you guys are wanting to see, is the NATO destroying of the biggest faction. We'll be fine. We got it. Yeah, see, we're doing fan-frickin-tastic. Let's just move into him and just drive over the rest of it so that we can get out of here. We're going to take... What was this? Uzbekistan? Yeah. We're going to take that super quickly. Man, look how Israel grows once more. We're growing. We're making an empire, guys. An empire. It's beautiful. I love it. We're going to be pretty freaking big. We're going to be a powerful nation. We're going to be a superpower. God damn it. It's going to happen. Why are all of you... Excuse me. Go over yonder. You guys do not need to go over there. We are fine and dandy without it. Go over yonder. Let's go. Jesus freaking Christ. We do not need to do that. Apologize for using the name, but I say it all the time. Oh yeah. Kazakhstan, you're gonna be mine come soon. I want that. That's gonna be, ooh buddy, but I can't do it right now because that's freaking terrifying. Research. I need to stay on top of this. Research just comes by so quickly. Oh my goodness. Let's work on tanks, I think, would be best. Even though I may not be able to boost up to them as quickly, it's going to be best for us. Come on. I need all of you guys to go in and take that city. Let's go. Push into there, please. There we go. Push into there. You got it. You smart. I knew you would be. Push into there. They survived until their capital. Man, go you guys. Proud of you. You did it. You really did. But we're gonna be done with this. Alright, so hopefully you guys enjoyed the beautiful Israel series continuing on the channel. If you want to see more of it, please give it a like down below. Tell me you want me to continue. Comment down below, do you want to see an empire of Africa or an empire of Asia? Kind of just depends on you guys. Also, subscribe to see more. We're going to be playing a lot more Hearts of Iron 4. And then 911 Operator got a fair decent amount of views, so I'm going to continue that because I actually really enjoyed that game. That game is really fun. If you want to go see it, go back into the channel. It was one of my most recent uploads. Probably at least like the top 5 from before. I think it's like, I uploaded it a couple days ago, so I'll probably link it down in the description so that way you guys can see it. And then I think that's it. I'm going to go to class because if I don't, I'm going to get my shit kicked in by my professor, and that's not okay. So I will see you guys in the next episode. Until then, everybody, Glenn Games signing off as always. Take care, everyone.